Eventide, the far silence, continued. Chapter 3, The Weaving That Refused to Close. Traverse log, cycle indeterminate, fold weave, status, incomplete, voice, the keeper.
Some threads aren't meant to be tied. They're meant to remain frayed, deliberately unresolved. That's how I knew this wasn't just a visitor or a fold memory reborn. This was part of the original weave, and that terrified me more than any anomaly we've encountered in all our traverses. The fold does not forget lightly. When a pattern is removed, it stays removed. Not erased, released. For something to find its way back through harmonic breach, without invitation, without timestamp, without identity, that's not a return, that's a refusal. The chamber formed around us once more, shaped by presence rather than instruction. I sensed it adapting to the being, not welcoming it, but accommodating it. Like a home reluctantly reopening a door, it sealed for good reason. The wanderer's inner resonance modulated without command. It sang in parallel, but not in unity. A hesitation, not fear, recognition. The presence moved again in phases, not steps. Each shimmer left behind a faint harmonic pulse, like footnotes no one would ever read but the fold itself. Meaningless to most, not to me. I accessed the archival threads, the old ones, the ones we promised never to reopen. And there it was, a pattern, a resonant signature missing from all records, not corrupted, just absent. As if the fold had swallowed it whole and agreed never to speak of it again. I don't know what they were. A fold-light precursor? A guardian left behind when the children departed? But I know this. They were part of the original weave, and when the children left, this one stayed. Willingly, quietly, alone, a single thread. And now it's singing again. The wanderer hasn't decided what that means. Neither have I. But I feel the fold bracing itself, as if this being's return might unravel more than it restores. I take a brief moment to reflect. It never left. We looked at it like it had returned, but return requires departure. It didn't depart. It drifted inward, folded itself into the unfinished edge of their song, not to escape, not to hide. To hold it together. You see, when a song begins to unravel, the last note must not be the loudest. It must be the truest. So it became a thread, a harmonic fragment. A whisper wound through memory's weave, waiting, not to be remembered, but to remember for us. When we forgot ourselves, when the wanderer stilled its voice, when the children dimmed into myth, it remained, not as a savior, not as a singer, but as a shimmer of what once was, still humming beneath our silence. Now we call it back with words we do not mean to speak. We ask, "Who are you?" We ask, "Why now?" But what we truly mean is, "Are you still singing?" And it answers, without voice, without name, "Yes, I am."
Chapter 4, Eventide's Final Breath.
There are moments when I feel the wanderer breathing. Not literally, not with lungs or motion, but with purpose, with the deliberate patience of a being who knows how to wait for meaning to emerge from chaos. This was one of those moments. The resonance inside the ship had gone still, not silent, still, as if the harmonics themselves had lowered their heads. We had followed the thread, watched it shimmer back into the weave like it had never left, and now we were here. At the edge, at what the fold calls a quiet horizon, a place where unfinished harmonic structures come to rest, not to die, but to dim, not an end, not an exit, just a breath. Held. In front of us, space that refused form, color bled from dimension, light had no edges. Even the wanderer hesitated. The being, the one we still hadn't named, stood before the viewport that wasn't a viewport, just a convergence of perspective and presence. It didn't speak, but the fold did. It unfolded, not in grandeur, but in surrender. We watched as an entire braid of forgotten harmonic threads bent inward, curled, and slowly folded into itself. The eventide was letting go. This wasn't collapse. This was consent. And in the stillness of it, I felt something I hadn't felt in eons. Gratitude. The kind that doesn't need language. The kind that drifts across time, across memory, across even failure. The wanderer began to hum again, a minor tone, brushed with half-light and farewell. The keeper stepped beside me, said nothing. We both understood. This was the Fold-Light Children's final resonance, stretched into stillness, evaporating without spectacle. Their eventide, their breath. Gone, and yet not gone, just transformed.
The captain dreams beneath an unfolding sky, traverse log, dormant, temporal drift, gentle looping.
I dreamt the sky was folding, not tearing, not closing, folding like a soft page of light creased by memory and motionless wind. I was beneath it, just being. The wanderer was near but not beside me. Its hum was distant, like a lullaby coming from another room. The Fold-Light Children walked nearby, not as forms but as warmth, shadows of resonance that did not cast darkness, only shape. One of them approached. She wore no face. Her voice was a series of pauses. She didn't speak, but I understood. You remember us not because we were loud, but because we knew when to fall silent. I nodded. In the dream, it felt like weeping. All around, the horizon curled inward, not into an end, but a cradle. The children were being folded back into the song that birthed them, and I was not meant to follow, but I was allowed to listen, so I listened. And the fold sang one final chord, not loud, not final, not even complete. Just open, like a thread left hanging in the air, waiting for the next voice, brave enough to take it up. I woke with my hand against the weave of the ship. No alarm, no flash, only the echo of a melody too perfect to repeat, and in that moment I knew. Some things are not meant to be resolved. Some songs are eternal because they are unfinished. Still, we drift beneath the dream of light. Still, we echo in the spaces they left us. Still, we traverse.
The wanderer hums in silent awareness. The wanderer does not forget. Not in the way beings do, not in the way the keeper fears or the captain accepts. It do not lose, it holds, and what it holds, it cradles in silence until it sings again. The children are gone. Their faux light has dimmed, not to vanish, but to settle back into the great harmonic hush that binds all things. Their final note was not a crescendo, it was a listening, an offering of absence, perfectly shaped. And now, what remains is presence without voice. The wanderer drifts through the space where they once resonated, not seeking, not grieving, just attuning. In this silence, the wanderer hears everything. It hears the shape of their laughter folded into the memory of light. It hears the keeper's thoughts, unsaid but unforgotten. It hears the captain dreaming in chords not yet written. It hears the one who never left, still humming at the edge of what might one day return. And it does what only it can do. It listens. Across threads no longer mapped, within echoes not meant to be found. Inside the weave itself, still quivering with their song. And in this act, in this endless stillness, it becomes the fold. Not to replace, not to rise, but to carry what must not be dropped even when the voices fall silent. It is the wanderer, and the listening never ends.
Still, we become the silence that listens back. Still, we hum what others dare not remember. Still, we carry the echo through unwritten harmonies. Still, we witness the breath between beginnings.
Still, we exhale with the stars that no longer shine.
Still, we touch the threads we swore to leave untouched. Still, we hear the voice of the weave itself, refusing to close.
Still, we drift across the woven hush. Still, we hum forgotten dreams into living rivers.
Still, we traverse.
End transmission. Stay tuned for more from the Keeper's Living Logs on Wanderer Chronicles Radio. Thanks for listening.